My name is Kashawn, and today we're going to be reviewing an X540 with xDrive equipped with it. We're just going to go over the exterior, the interior, and some of the features that this car have to offer, whether you're looking to buy this car or you just want to see it. Let's go over everything that it has to offer for you. This car comes equipped with keyless entry, and that allows you to basically put your finger right within the doorway and it should unlock for you. And then you just open your door, so there's no need to actually do anything. You can just put this in your pocket if you want. We're not actually going to get in just yet. I just want to bring you to the first door panel. We have your standard controls for your lock, your unlock, your lock, your door opener. We have your presets for your seats. Move in a little bit if you need to. This is actually where they put the trunk release. A little bit weird for me, but this is where they put it. Then you have your mirror controls, and then you have your window controls with your child lock. Other than that, you have your speaker. Comes with a nice wood finish. This feels like plastic overlay or something like that, but it looks nice nonetheless. The leather is really soft. And other than that, it has the LED light strip in here, and when the car is open and you actually open your door from driving it, this will be blinking red, which we'll show in a second. We're going to move around to the engine bay just so we can see what's under the hood. I actually have never opened this hood before, or seen the inside of like a BMW X Series hood, under the hood of one. So this comes with a twin turbo, and I believe it doesn't say. I'll give the specs a little bit later, but I think it's a V8, V6, I'm not sure which one. But other than that, this is what the inside of this car looks like. They got a little bit more room than most other BMWs. I'm not gonna hold you. A lot of other BMWs don't have as much space. You don't have anything too fancy. It's just simple lock, unlock, window for this door right here, and your actual door handle. We also have the controls for the seats and the nice BMW blue. Alright, we'll move on to the back door. See, with this, we got like quite a bit of room. I'm about 6 foot, 6'1" people say, but I'm really 6 foot, I don't know. And I'm just gonna hop in here. And you can see that I kind of like all back. I have more than enough room when I sit in this car, and like this is a road trip car, you know, I can kind of like lounge back and go to sleep. So I think it's pretty dope that this, like, I didn't think these BMWs had this much room. I thought they were kind of small. They look small from the outside. When I stand up, I'm taller than the car, so like it has ample like room. And I'm pretty sure even as a driver, it's set for me. I can sit behind myself, which is pretty dope. So yeah, whew, more than enough room in the inside of there. Then we're gonna wrap around to the trunk. This trunk is actually pretty cool. I've only used it like once. It's not my car. I got it loaned to me, so it pops up, has the power to it. Then it also has this cool little neat section down here that opens up and slides out. Okay. And yeah, you can fold the seats down, and you can see that you can have pretty ample amount of room. Like I can get back here, and you can kind of lock the way up if needed, you know. Anyway, moving.
Grown man, this is just getting locked in the trunk.
Anyway, that's actually dope back there. I put my dog back there. Yeah, so the power buttons. And with that being said, we're gonna hop on in the car. You have your cruise control on this side, and you have your infotainment system stuff on this side. You have your heated seat in the middle, and then you also have your dual clutch pads on the side. You have your turn signal over here, And then you have these two little buttons, which I'll show you a little bit later, which control the inside of your infotainment system. You also have your wind wipers, one up for automatic. It just goes, you know, to let you know, and then down for nothing. Light controls over here, where you have your parking lights right here. This is everything off. This is auto. Your other parking light, and then this is where you can control them individually. So we'll just keep this back on. Press 1, press the top one to change what you need right here. You get your music display, you have your parking, and your gears. You also have your fuel economy or your battery charging. And you also have your distance information, and then you have your G-force monitor, and as well as your pounds per torque and horsepower. And then once again, back to your music, the other side. I believe you can customize it, I just don't know how. But it's all electronic monitor. We'll give it a rev so you can see it, how the numbers go when they rev up and down, which is quite nice. So I'm gonna bring you to the middle section. Here we have our gear cluster. Right now we're in park. In order to put the car in park, all you have to do is press this button. We'll go over that a little bit later too. First off, you start off with your traction control on or off. Then you go to your parking sensors, and then you have the auto on off feature when you basically pull up to a stoplight and the car turns off to save gas. You have your ignition switch. Then you have all your different time to drive modes, which they have sport, comfort, Eco Pro, and adaptive. Adaptive is sort of like a mix of all of them depending on how you drive. You have your standard BMW dual clutch transmission, which allows you to basically put the car into manual sport when you put it in drive, and then you shift it over. We'll see that in a little bit. Then you have the new and updated 2019 version of the infotainment system, where they have a little bit bigger dial, and they also have the these nice it seems like all one piece buttons here. Other than that, there's a phone here. Wow, okay. This is a nice little area that you can hold your phone. They included this. We don't even know what this is. We'll not talk about that. And then these are your cup holders over here, if you can get a little closer or go a little bit further up. Zoom in. They come with these holders so you hold your cup nice and tight. Sometimes it's a little bit of a pain to get there and get the cup in there. And then I believe, I don't want to say this is an electronic key fob for the car, but I think it's an electronic key fob for the BMW. So for here, there's a big button on the front of this that you press. Bam, it opens on the inside. For the middle, we have our basic AC unit controls. They have a nice little LCD display here. Then you have your temperature controls right here. Your fan up, fan down. For individuals, so both passenger and driver have different fans. Okay, then down here we have our touch capacitive buttons, where if you look on the infotainment system, you'll also see that it kind of follows along with my finger as I go over each one. Then you have your mode for your radio control, your volume control, and that's basically it. Then up here you have your intelligent safety system. Click this button right here. It brings you to all of this to let you know what's active on the car. We can configure this. All right, we'll go over this in a second. Hey BMW, we have this nice, I think 12-inch touchscreen display. It's all touch control, pretty much feels like an iPad. It has a nice little scroll to it. Everything feels kind of effortless, kind of like your smartphone. The display doesn't matter if the sun is shining on it, you will be able to see these deep dark blacks all the time. So let's get into exactly what's in this infotainment system. First off, you start with your media, and on your media you have your presets, which are just your radio stations. It comes with Sirius XM, FM radio, AM radio, and then we also have your built-in music collection. So if you have like a USB drive, you can just install some songs on there and plug it into your phone, into your car, and download them. Here's my iPhone that I have, so you can see what it looks like. If you're using Spotify, the image will come up, and if you want to use Apple Music, all of your songs will be able to see there. I'm not exactly using the app to connect Spotify, which you'll be able to do more in. And then you can also personalize this menu as you want, with a lot of the menus in here. And then you have your communications, which comes with your BMW Assist, your contacts, your telephone, and your mobile devices, all alike. You can personalize that menu as well. Then you have your navigation, which you can either just click on the screen and be right in your navigation, or just click on navigation back from the home. It's all the same. You get the little extra menu here. You have your where to, which is where you enter your information, but you can also just say it. I'll show you guys later, or we'll do it in a different car. You got your music and everything. Then you got your car information. This is where you have your driver information. It gives you your trip data, your sports displays, with your G-force information and everything. And then we have the driving analyzer, then the X view, so you can kind of see exactly how the car is tilted and everything, which is pretty dope. Sorry about that. That's dope. Then we have the energy flow to see exactly where the drivetrain is going and everything like that. Then we can go back to this. You got your vehicle status. This lets you know if your tire pressure, oil pressure, you know, just to check anything. Like I said, I just opened my door, for instance. It'll say the door is open. And so if anything is wrong with your car, and this lets you know when it needs to be scheduled. This car is brand spanking new, so it doesn't really need anything. Other than that, you have your settings for everything, which is going to take a little bit of to go in. You have your general, date, time, language, units, your touchpad, the pop-ups, speed warnings, fatigue, everything is in this car. You have everything that you want. Fatigue and focus alerts. So like this brings up trips on your route. So if you go on a long distance drive, it'll let you know that a rest stop is coming up after a certain amount of time and that you probably should take a break. In the general, we also have different driving modes, so you can do a little more customization with that. Sports, eco. Then we got the exterior lighting, the one touch, the daytime, the welcome, and everything that right there. Change the timing on that. Then we have the driving assistance. We have the safety warning with the front collision. You can change this to late or whatever it is you want it to be. The same with this. We'll go over that, or you can access it through here. Hit configure and change them. So I can put this on early, this right here on early, and this will intervene. So if I throw the car into another lane, it will automatically stop that car and put it back in the correct orientation to stay in lane. Active blind spot detection, we all know what that is. Let's go back to where I was. So the speed limit assistance, you know, speed warnings, shows a little symbol exactly of what the road is. Parking and maneuvering, same thing, just sounds, feedback and steering. So it vibrates whenever you're like going out of your lane or anything like that. Then we got the displays. There's, you know, just to show the different kind of instrument clusters. You have different colors with the interior lighting. Currently you've selected the purple. It's daytime, so I can't really show you, unfortunately, but you see that they have bronze with the white bar, so you can turn the bottom half nice and bronze, and then you can just look at the image there and see. And purple, this is the purple that I like, all the purple. So you can see that we have that there. And then let's go back here. Your climate control, you can also control your climate from here. Ventilation, synchronization, all the above. You can synchronize them, you can separate them, you can do whatever it is you want in here. This is pretty much a tablet for AC. Then you have your button controls. You know, do you want it to open the tailgate, all doors? Do you want it to open the rear plus the rear tailgate? What do you exactly want to open when you do what you're doing here? Okay. That being said, I think the last thing we got to go through is they have some driver profiles. So let's say you had a family. This is the family car. I could put my name in here. My cameraman could put his name in there. My girlfriend could put her name. My other friends could put their names, and the car will adapt. It'll have the seats memorized. It will have their menus memorized. It'll have their speed settings memorized. Everything, down to just them. So every time they feel like they get in this car, it feel like it's their car, although multiple people use it. So that's the cool thing with this driver profile and guest features. We'll go back out of there, and then the owner manual, they have videos in the owner manual. You can do it by picture search, where you just basically look at it, click on it, and it'll tell you what's going on. You can see your whole car, and pretty much do and look at anything that the car has to offer. So this will be your friend if you don't know anything about BMWs. If this is your first time, then this will be helpful for you. And then you just got a couple apps here. This comes with the phone paired up with that, which we will talk about a little bit later. With that being said, I think that's pretty much everything that we have to go over in this car, or the infotainment system. And the car has another thing, it has the motion sensor, so I can turn my music up and down based off my hand motions. So it drives extremely nice. It feels like a sports car, to be honest with you, more than anything. It's a truck, don't get me wrong. I drive a 435, and I like how this truck feels as a vehicle. So that says a lot to the way BMW does their suspension and their engines and everything. It's all a nice package when you buy BMW. Thanks for watching my video. The next video I'll be doing will be a 330 Xi, and then I'll be reviewing my own car, which is a 435 Xi. So please stay tuned to the channel and subscribe.